there? There you go. Sorry about that. There you go.
That's right. Yeah, I do. Just want to welcome everyone. This week is week 14. So we only have 2 more weeks left in the release cycle this week. Next week, this week is not a really full week for us folks in the US since we have US Thanksgiving. Next week's the last full week. Then we have a few days in up to December 7th. So this week, like I mentioned, it is US Thanksgiving holiday. So I canceled the Thursday meeting and the Friday meeting is the EU APAC meeting. A lot of folks here in the US have that day off as well, but since it is more targeted for the EU APAC friendly time zones, so we're still having that Friday meeting. So I did cancel that on the invites. So hopefully that's not that's not on your calendar. All right, just want to give some praises to the CI Signal team. There was a failure in master blocking over the weekend, and thank you for everyone in CI Signal, especially Hossein for alerting that, Leonard for triaging that, and Jordan Leggett for creating the PR to fix it. So we did have failure over the weekend, but it was fixed pretty quickly, or relatively quickly. So thank you very much to the CI Signal team. Great job.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want. There was a shout out last week, and I know CI Signal was kind of in that. So great work, team. Any comments from Rudy for the open agenda items or anything that you want to add to this? Okay. Well, then we'll move on into our updates. We'll jump in over to enhancements with Xander.
Yeah, so we're still green. I believe at this point, all of the pending exception requests have been resolved and their PRs have merged within the deadline. So at this point, the spreadsheet should be fairly up to date. We don't have any more red at risk on there anymore, which is nice to see. Green across the sorry, my dog is being loud. So it's green across the board now. Other than the ones that have been removed. So the numbers that you see here under metrics should be fairly up to date. Yeah, at this point, I think we're just kind of holding to see if any more exception requests surface, and we'll go from there.
All right, thanks so much. Really appreciate all the hard work there. Yeah, I don't think we have any other exceptions, Ray, that we have under consideration. I think now we're just pretty much locked down.
Yeah, we want to keep KK quiet because we do have the release cuts for tomorrow. So we want to make sure nothing gets in today.
All right. Any questions for enhancements? All right, well then we'll move on over to CI Signal with Hossein.
Hello everyone, Hossein from CI Signal team, and thank you, Ray, for your nice comments. I think it's a great teamwork with all my shadows. They are doing interstellar job, and yeah, it gives me also the motivation to also work with them. And yeah, that's really nice teamwork. So currently we are yellow due to 3 failings in master informing, but master blocking, apart from the weekend, we got a failing, but the next commit fixed that. So, I mean, like next pull request on the master branch fixed that. So nothing, concerning regarding master blocking. So we have few flakies, but we are tracking them. In master informing, we have 1 new failing job in this week. So yeah, I just put it there, the failing job link. But the shadows already opened the GitHub issue for that, so we are tracking also closely. Beside that, yeah, as all the CI Signal team members mentioned when the shadows were reporting, so the CI Signal tool improvements are going forward. So just feel free to take a look at our CI Signal project board. Feel free to drop your comments, any suggestion. Everything is appreciated, and we are looking forward to deliver a nice and improved monitoring stack and also CI Signal report tool for the next release. So that's all from my side.
Thank you for that update, and yeah, great work. I like how you described that teamwork, interstellar. That's good. Any questions for the CI Signal team? All right, well, thanks, and we appreciate your hard work there. So now we're going to move over to bug triage with Varsha.
So Varsha, Slack that Varsha was sick today. Is there anyone from the bug triage team on the call? All right. Varsha did add in the updates, so I could read right through. I think it's supposed to be green because there there's only 4 open non-test Flake KK issues. There's no critical urgent issues. There's no important soon issues. So, which is great. And there is 2 priority important soon PRs. I'll take a look at them. But like I mentioned before, since we don't, so these are just issues. I'm sorry, these are PRs. I'll take a look at them. Ideally we don't want anything in KK. I prefer, or we do prefer to have the branch be kind of stable a day before the release cut, and then I'll talk about that in a little bit more.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for that update for filling in for Varsha. All right, so we'll move over to Docs, and I do know Rodolfo's here, and we'll get an update from him.
Yeah, hi Josep, and hey everyone. The current status for Docs team is green. The integration branch is healthy. All the draft pull requests were submitted before the deadline last November 18th, so it's a good news. And tomorrow, as a heads up, tomorrow on November 23rd is the deadline for getting these draft pull requests ready for review. We are following these pull requests very closely, so in order to get ready. Right now, the numbers are 11 drafts and 12 ready for review. We are on track.
All right, well, I like that update. Any questions for the Docs team? Okay. Well, I know it's going to be a busy week for y'all, but good work so far. Okay, we'll move over to release notes with Cece.
Yeah, hi, Cici here. So our status is green, and we got one of the shadows demo take over the beta zero release card, and he did a great job. So we are pretty much ready for the next release card. And also we have sent out the reminders to all of the 6 for the major CM collections, and the discussion is going on in the discussion board. So I think the process there is also great. Yeah. We're just waiting for maybe a couple more days, like for the more major same topic coming in. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate that. I took a look at the discussion. So yeah, so you said you're going to keep that issue open for how long? A couple more days?
Yeah, with the reminder we send out to each 6, we hope they will add the topics before 24th. So we will still waiting until then I'll start to write the major themes. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, definitely everybody should get a chance. If you something that stands out for you, feel free to join that discussion. I know I have something I need to add there as well. So thanks for that update. Any questions for release notes? Okay, well, then we will move on over to comms with Kaslin today.
Hello. We're still filling out our notes with links and things, but we have 5 feature blogs in PR. Our status is green. Those are all due tomorrow. We've got 2 more that we're still waiting on. And we'll make sure to get those links in, object storage and volume popular data source. We're finalizing the publish dates for the feature blogs today, and we have a draft of the release blogs started that we're waiting on leads for release themes.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good to see all those feature blogs in PR. I know during my cycle, I was not that state, so good for you. Any questions for the comms teams from anybody?
Just one comment that I will look at the release blog. I saw I have that link from the Slack thread, so I'll take a look at that this afternoon.
All right, and we'll be anxiously waiting. We're waiting for Ray's update. We'll be watching it closely.
We will. It'll be great.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll move over to release branch management with Veronica.
Hello, how's it going? Well, as Ray and other people have already mentioned, tomorrow we have the branch cut. So since the team is pretty much distributed at this time, like I'm in Europe and we have India and we have America. So stability and reliability is pretty much appreciated, like more, I mean, it always is, but right now a little bit more. So thank you for your hard work. And yeah, as everyone has been saying, the CI Signal has been doing a stellar job. You will never know how easy you make our job now. Like we're always gushing about it, but really just being able to see everything in a report, and not even with the fancy tool, the automated tool that hopefully we'll have at some point for all of us, but just the organization and reports just in Slack makes it a lot easier. So very grateful for that and the organization. And that's it. So hopefully everything, we're yellow because CI Signal is yellow. And also because the other day that Taylor caught our beta release, we were like, yeah, everything is great. And then obviously in the morning, everything went down. And we had the failure, the master failure, and many other things. So just in an abundance of caution, we're yellow. But if we were to cut today, it would be good to go. We would be good to go. So we'll just keep an eye on it for tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Veronica, for that update. Any questions or comments for the release branch management team?
Yeah, I have one. So just as a reminder of regarding branch stability, remember that any PRs that get merged and any enhancements that go in the last minute, they take a while for the version markers to update. So if you were to merge something today, I think today, yeah, probably they won't get into the alpha version because version markers take a while to update. So keep that in mind when pulling in last minute changes.
Okay, thanks for that insights. Appreciate that, Adolfo. I don't see our Emeritus lead on today. Is he joining us today, Ray, or any comments from him?
No comments from Jeremy, but don't see him on as well.
All right. Well, then we'll move right into our release lead section with Ray.
All right, like Veronica's mentioned, tomorrow's the first release candidate will be cut. With that, it brings several milestones, but I'll talk about those a little bit. Do want to first touch on major themes. I added a few major themes last night for dual stack IPv4, IPv6 going to stable. I feel like that should be one of the big major themes. Also, pod security and mission controllers going to beta. I feel like those two are really good major themes to have. I did CC folks who are more, I guess, they worked more with those enhancements. So just want to get some feedback because I created the content myself. So there might be some changes with that. I took a look at some of the features that made code freeze, so might add in a few more with topology wire hints to beta. And personally, I like ephemeral containers to beta. So some might ping some SIG node and SIG network about that. The third one I put on the agenda, kubelet CRI support to beta. That was actually added by Sasha already. And so that's actually key to remove Docker shim in 124. So without the kubelet CRI support going to beta, we would not be able to remove Docker shim in 124. So back to the release candidate cut tomorrow. With that, it brings in additional milestones. So one is we also have test freeze, where we don't allow any more tests to be changed unless it is release blocking or there's some exceptional reasons. So after test freeze, the goal is just to we should just only fix reverts or fix failing tests. So no tests or no changes to tests are done unless needed. There are coming milestones. With the release candidate cuts, we also make the release 123 branch also, and the release 123 jobs as well. And tomorrow is also some deadlines for the docs ready for review. I know there's about 11 docs that still are in draft. So we should make sure that those PRs are at more mature states by tomorrow or by end of day tomorrow. Also, the release blog, which I do have the link to the draft. So take a look at that. Let's see what else. Thursday, it's holiday in the US. So yeah, there's Thanksgiving here. I did cancel that meeting. So hopefully that's not on your calendars. Then next Tuesday, the feature blog should be ready to view. This is not always the case. So the feature blogs are usually ready to view closer to the release date. We would like to have them ready to review. I think the 5 are at a really good review states. I've seen like over 100 comments on the pod security blog itself, and the dual stack blog has a good number of comments already. So both of those have been reviewed quite a bit. Then after next week, we have we also have the release on Thursday, December 7th. But for that, we want to make sure that the release notes are complete on the Thursday before the release. So that's December 2nd. So we should have all the major themes. We should highlight any deprecations. We do have a deprecation, the major theme, and it's the flex volume deprecation, but I did some investigation. Technically, it was actually deprecated last year in 2020, but it wasn't formally announced. It was not targeted to be removed at all currently. So currently you might see that deprecation in the major themes, but we don't have that tracked enhancements because it was actually deprecated last year at this time. All right, with that, then on Friday, December 3rd, I'm going to ask the teams for a go, no-go on Slack. So we kind of start that go, no-go phase of, are we ready to officially release? So starting on December 3rd, then we'll continue that on the following Monday and also on December 7th. So that brings us to the release date. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. And we'll have the retro the following week after that. So any comments or questions?
So right for Thursday, being it's a Thanksgiving holiday, we look good. Everything looks, pretty healthy. We're tracking really well. But if anything does come up from anybody, is there anybody on standby who's not on holiday? Like, obviously you're going to be on holiday, but anybody to escalate if there is an issue?
Yeah, I'll ask Max. I know since he's over in Germany, if he could keep an eye out on the Slack channels to see if he could, triage any issues. Well, Thursday's a holiday for most of us, or most of us in the US.
Okay. Any comments or questions for Ray from anybody? All right, our last item is SIG scalability, which has been marked green. So like along with everything else, everything seems to be moving along really well. So I'd like to just thank everybody for the updates today. And we're at kind of an exciting time. So appreciate everybody's participation. So everybody have a great day, great afternoon, or great evening, wherever you're at. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thank you, Joseph. You too.